class. Today I just wanted to do a short video on spinning with a quill attachment to a wheel. This is a Lendrum. It's a double treadle. It is my workhorse spinning wheel. And I have this that was in my stash. Luckily I labeled it. This is, it says Angora and wool. It's very, very textured. There's going to be lots of lumps and bumps in this. But I haven't seen this attachment in a long, long time. Cleaning up my stash, I came across it. I said, well, let me see how it works. Would I use this? So this is going to be how I spin with it and my own opinions about this particular instrument. This little attachment. Here we go. Just going to get myself started here. Okay. Here we go. So, like any spindle type of wheel, the actually twist happens right here. And I want you to listen carefully. You should hear thick, like a little flip, 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 flip. That's what you want to hear when you use any spindle tip. Other spindle tips include just your great wheel, which is a wool wheel, and a charka, or even an upright support spindle. It's the very same technique. So I have this. Okay, I'm just trying to get this started. So as you can see, I have to put it on here perpendicular, but then I barber pull it down to the tip. So I'm just here at the tip. But I always put like a little bit of twist in it before I start drafting. Now, the problem that I'm already facing with this is that this double treadle wants me to face the wheel. Some of the single treadles, it's much easier to kind of spin from this angle from your wheel, but the double treadles want you to be face on. So just note that. So I'm treadling at an odd angle for me, which may not be very ergonomic. Okay, so this works the same way. I've shown you the charka, I've shown you great wheels. It's exactly the same way. Barber pull down here, 45-degree angle. Oh good, I get to show you how you join on one of these. 45-degree angle is what I need. I could be 45 degrees here, 45 degrees there, up here, down here, but never straight on. So you can see, if I want this to come off, then I go straight on. If I want it not to come off, then I am an angle, like about a 45-degree angle. So I have to do this little join just really quick. Not enough twist in that one. So join it, fuzzy bits to fuzzy bits. That's how I join. Build up twist, means I pinch right here, let the twist build up, twist build up. When I let it go, boy, it wants to grab this. It wants to go where there's little twist. Okay, here we go. And because I'm treadling with my feet, I can use both hands for drafting. Now normally if you're on a spindle, you draft only with one hand. One hand turns the wheel or the crank, and then the other hand drafts. But on this one, I can treadle so with my feet, which is why these treadle wheels were invented. So you could have your hands free. Okay, and I'll put it on and then draft it down. So when I'm down here and I'm going to draft some more, I let the twist build up and then I draft it. This is a very, very low ratio, which means there's not an awful lot of twist coming in. but I should be able to do just a single hand draft with the spindle. That's the way the walking wheels work. That's how my charca works. But so this my technique right now is sort of a hybrid. I have to get used to that. I'm using my feet for treadling, even though I'm doing supposed to be doing a single hand draft. There we go, get the twist in. So this is what it's going to look like. Here's what the yarn will look like. Okay, it's going to be textured yarn, very light, very fluffy. It needs enough twist for these tiny little bits of Angora. So the Angora that they used is not the rabbit Angora, which should be about 3 inches long. They're special Angora rabbits. They have a really nice long staple. Those are nice, but they're using short hair rabbits. So like a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and you're trying to make that a yarn. And that's why all these, the Angora sweaters, they just shed. But there you go. So that'll be satisfactory for what I need. Okay. Wind on, barber pull it down, and it come off. So other than it's odd that I'm at an angle here, and so the ergonomics is kind of weird for me. The fact that I still have to stop, use my right hand to wind it on the quill or wind it off, I'm not finding much of a benefit for using this on this wheel. On a great wheel, of course, one hand would move this, and then of course you'd have to stop, and then you would have to use your hand to use this wheel and back it up, and then you can go on. Okay, so that was very slow, cumbersome, extra steps, which is why the bobbin wheels, what you most likely think of as a spinning wheel, was really it's not that terribly old, maybe about 500-600 years, those bobbin wheels. But so, and those bobbin ones, I can fill up a bobbin, take that off, put another bobbin on, fill that. I can use both hands to draft. I don't have to stop my work, back up. So this is all I can draft, about this length. Then I have to stop my work, back it up, wind it on, come down here, and then I can start spinning again. So that extra step, especially when I know that this wheel was invented so I don't have to do that step, is a little irritating for me at the moment, just a little. Okay. But I would just want to show you what it's like. A lot of wheels may have this as an option, an add-on. You can buy extra. You have to think, what do I want to spin? Is this the best way to spin it? Do I have anything else that would spin this easier, better, faster, more convenient? So I'm thinking that either the charca would be if I want a really high twist, which I don't want in this application. So I would say my great wheel would be more advantageous, or even just a bobbin, just a simple, take this off, put on my flyers and bobbins, and that might even be easier in this application. So I'm just kind of giving my little review of this. It's not saying that this is horrible and you should never, but you've got to think for yourself though, what would be best for doing the yarn that I want to make? Do I have any issues that I would need to be able to sit all the time? So great wheel requires you to stand. So this might be an option for you. So kind of think about that. There's also a lot of support spindles that would work just as well. pretty quick once you get going on them, the sport spindles, and you can take those anywhere. You're not stuck to a big machine. You can just carry that portable standing spindle, we call support spindle, away with you. So there I've spun some yarn on this new little gadget that I have. Well, it's not new, it's just I've not really ever used it. And now using it, I'm seeing that, nah, it's not my go-to. Can I use it? Absolutely. I'm gonna continue with this. I'm not sure whether I want to have to start and stop and still move this when I have other spindle type contraptions, or I can just do a long draft on a wheel with the flyer and everything. I may not need that. So one other thing, if you are ever spinning with Angora, expect that you're gonna have most of the Angora on you, if you can see that. I hope you're achieving your spinning goals for this year. Every time you sit down and spin, and if you spin here and then you spin on a different apparatus, I vary my spinning to keep up my spinning skills on any apparatus that I need to use. So I'll stop and I'll use drop spindles, or I might use the e-spinner, I might use the support spindle, I might use the charka. I just kind of rotate different little spinning projects so I keep my skills up. And then the skill I learn in one, my dexterity with my hands, my drafting, all that, even if it's just 15 minutes a day, please try to make a 15-minute a day goal, adds up over the entire year, and you'll be a much better spinner than you were at the beginning of the year with training your hands. These are the most important tools for hand spinning.